I'm so stupid. I had the thing muted entirely the entire time. All right, sick. That stay be happening. Stream number 2. All right, we're live. Dub. Okay. 3 games on today, so we have a lot going on from the fantasy side of things. Not fantasy side of things. What am I talking about? The betting side of things. We're going to get pretty much straight into it. I got to set up real quick the capture for the so I can get underdog on here. We'll be locked and loaded. But, oh, there it is. How you doing? I don't want that on my screen. Sorry. Apologies, smoochies. But, window capture. We're going to be capturing underdog fantasy. Yeah, so we have a lot to go over. A lot going on. There's 3 games on. The main one I want to look at right now is the Steelers-Houston game. I think that's going to be the one we're going to have the best luck with. I have a few plays for that. I posted it in one of the Discords already, but we can pretty much rock through there. Bang! Can I get this loaded now? Screen capture this. Oh. What? Where the hell my screen capture at? Is it because of bang? Okay. Now I got it. All right, we're fine. I'm figuring it out. Don't worry. Here we go. Now we're locked, loaded, ready to go. Dub. Murphy Homes. Sorry. Did you say Murphy Mobile Homes? We need more and more for the fucking road, boys. One more Murphy Mobile Home. All right. Right now I only have 2 of those lines in on the same team for the Steelers. But if you saw earlier, I posted one slip in. I think it was in actually our cancel gaming chat. So you guys wouldn't have seen it here, but I will be posting it on Twitter. I will be posting all of the bets on my Twitter, on the BDGEBets Twitter. So make sure you're looking out for those so you can get those with the write-ups. But here are the main lines that we're looking at. So I had Darnold right at 14.5. It's now 12.5, and I still like it here. You guys are probably going to be like, why the fuck are we not doing Darnold? Washington's over. Abdul, let me tell you why. Yeah, go Dogs. Love Georgia. He's a 300-pound, 6'8 lineman. He's not going to be catching the ball much at all in this offense. He might see a good amount of reps today, but it's Arthur Smith we're talking about. This is Arthur Smith's offense, right? He's pretty much going to be used as an extension of the line. Who do we follow on Pickett username? All right, Josh. So for Pickett, if you use code BDGE on Pickett, you'll sign up and you'll get followed to Nick immediately as the direct link. And then after that, you can go follow me at Nick Guthrie or at Gut045. Both of those will work if you just type in my name. Normally it'll come up. But yeah, he's going to be used really as a sixth lineman in this offense. He's going to be used as an extension of the line. He's gloves as madness. I don't care if he's catching one-handed snags, dude. Let's be real. I understand 12 yards looks like nothing. He might see one catch for 5 yards on a quick 5-yard out, a quick hitch route, something of the like. But this Steelers team is going to want to run the rock. It's an Arthur Smith offense. And you're probably like, Gut, why are you taking Najee's under then at 16.5? He's going to see 3 carries on the first drive and be done for the rest of the night. 3 carries and he's done. Might even be less than that, honestly, if they want to give Jalen Warren a touch or 2. If Jalen Warren comes in on 3rd down or so. I got my water for those that were wondering. Oh, needed that bad. Okay, but when Najee's in the game, he's probably only going to see a few touches. Might see a catch. Maybe. I don't see him in this game more than... He didn't get any touches. Okay, going back to preseason week 1 last year, he saw nothing. Jalen Warren got a total of 3 touches. Like, no one was really doing much under. I think him... as well as Jalen Warren, both their unders feel absolutely free. Air autopilot notice, dub, one of my drafts just went on autopilot. Sick. We'll deal with that fucking later. Yeah, no, Darnold Washington feels like a good under. Just because, again, extension line, they're going to run the rock. Najee's only probably going to see 1 drive at most. Houston defense, supposedly, according to beat reporters, is going to be playing for the first drive. So some of their starters will be playing for the first drive as long as they're healthy, whatever, ready to go. So, again, it's not going to be an easy 3 yards for Najee. It's not an easy 3 attempts for Najee. The other higher I like, Cam Akers. Saw 7 touches last game, and that was before the game got canceled. He probably would have seen a lot more. He's due for a decent workload. They want to see what he can do after his injury last season. Do you want me to link the canceled gaming as well? Sure, might as well. Let's go ahead. Dial it in. We'll be live later tonight on that. We have 3 lives today. Well, I do. But yeah, Cam Akers over looks really good. He's now at 18.5. I snagged him at 15.5. I didn't get the post out on Twitter yet, so I'll probably post it at 18.5. But either way, I really like his lines of where they're at. Last week, he got 18 just on 2 catches, let alone his carries for 15 yards. He saw over 30 yards total. I think a similar line can happen today. He's in a role right now where he's the RB 3-4, fighting for that extra spot on the depth chart. Obviously, he's dealt with so many injuries in the past that I think this is going to be a time where he really has to kind of prove himself. I think this offense wants to kind of get him involved. He's going to probably see at least back and forth at probably about a total of 1.25. Obviously, you won't see all the touches there, but I think he's going to see a good amount to where if he gets 7 touches, I will live with this line every single day of the week. Also, going back to preseason week 1 last year, the Steelers defense had like all of their 4th strings and 5th strings in by the end of the second quarter. Like, it was just the entire backups. So I don't think we're going to have to really worry about a staggering Steelers defense. They're going to run a lot of base, just cover 3, cover 4, whatever the hell, over the next day. Just base coverage stuff. Cancel Gaming needs Coach Gut to really get J-Mo Dodd. There's an episode that's going out today. I think J-Mo right now might be titling and posting it that we filmed the other day. That's a Coach Gut, which is pretty electric. We played Cut. It was a lot of fun. So if you want to go check out that will be live within the next hour. Anyway, other plays I like from this game. I know Fields is a polarizing one. If I were to lean anyway, it would be his under. I don't see him getting really more than 1 or 2 drives. They might give him a quarter, but again, a quarter is really dependent on how well Houston holds the rock as well. So I'm going to lean the under here on Fields. I think if anything, I don't think he's going to run the ball at all. If he gets a rushing line, I think he might see 1 or 2 scrambles at best. But again, it's also really weary. With 50 yards, you have to think about it. If they start at the 20 and he drives them down the field to get into field goal range, he's going to probably hit this over, depending on how much they do sling the rock first drive. I think it's going to be him. I think Kyle Allen's going to probably see most of the game. There's going to be a few quarterbacks mixed in here that we're not seeing on Underdog that are going to be 3rd, 4th, 5th string quarterbacks that are trying to make the depth chart, like a Will Guerrier is in Philly, where they're not really big names, not going to be people that Underdog is going to put up here, but they're going to play. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of stay, if I say anything, lean under Fields, but I don't feel locky about it. I don't feel fantastic about it. Jawar Johnson got changed as we're yapping. I think Ben Skronik is another really good spot. He's another player that's on the outside of the bubble. Going to be a late depth chart guy. Going to see a lot of touches here. Jimo's a field vision of pride. Nathan, enough. I think Ben Skronik is going to be another guy that's going to be on this bubble that he can see a lot of play time, probably a good 1.25. Remember, there's only 3 weeks of preseason this year, so these guys need to prove themselves early. They need to get on the field. They need to make some plays. He's the type of player that will probably make the roster. I don't see why he wouldn't make the roster. He's going to be a guy that's going to need to do everything he can. And he's honestly a good route runner. If you watch him with the Rams, he's a solid route runner. He can find his way open. He can fit into zones. I think there's going to be a lot of zone being played. Actually, it's the Steelers' defense, so there might be a good amount of man, so maybe not. But I do like his over either way, because any type of zone they play, he's going to probably find the weak spots. Xavier Hutchinson obviously had a big game in the Hall of Fame game. Don't know if I love it tonight. Again, some of those came off bigger catches. So with that being said, I think he's going to be targeted a good amount. He's probably going to see more playing time tonight. But I think they saw what they needed to see out of him last week. They're going to probably have other guys try to shine. J.J. Taylor's another one like I liked last week. He didn't end up panning out. All the plays got washed from last week anyway. But he didn't end up panning out totally. But he's another guy where he just saw the touches. He saw the volume. He saw the amount that we wanted to see out of him. He saw the carries. It just he didn't turn into the yards. This still is a kind of a high line for me. I probably would avoid it. Outside of that, this game, fuck John Mechie, never going back to that well. We'll update it one more time just to see if anything updated real quick on this game, and then we'll dive into the others, but I don't think so. I think we should be good. Yeah, any other? Darnell going for 26 yards tonight, you think? You think? Darnell's not a receiving tight end. Like, he never has been, wasn't really in college. He's not a guy that's running any crazy routes outside of a crosser, a hitch, or an out route. Those are his 3 routes in his entire route tree. So it's going to be tough. Xavier Hutchinson carried Brock Purdy before CMC made it cool. That's actually an elite ball knowledge comment. Atlanta versus Miami. This game is kind of a wash to me. The one thing I do see, Jalen Wright, 51.5 yards is a fucking lot. Like, that's what Najee's rushing line is week 1. in real NFL. So to get that plus Jeff Wilson at 40, like I understand the Miami hype. I understand the Miami offense is explosive, but it's also preseason. They're not going to be running anything that's crazy. They're going to be running inside, outside zone. They're not prepping at all. Like they're keeping a very basic offense. Penix is playing Bears, and that'll be the next game. This is this game. He's playing at 104 passing yards. Don't tell Nick, but that's where I'm at with that. And I'll get into that in a second. But Jalen Wright's another one where I really am leaning the lower here. I get he's explosive. I get he can break an 80-yard run. Sure. Whatever. He can do all those things. John Ross can catch a 70-yard pass today, though this 4.21 speed. But I just don't see it happening. This is like underdog is really expecting a massive game. And I don't think he's going to get a ton of touches. Like he's right now the RB3-4 on this depth chart. They're going to have guys that are in the back of this depth chart that are going to see this play time. If anything, Salvon Ahmed is the value you want here. If you're going to take a running back from Miami, he's probably going to see the fucking second half. He's probably going to see most of the end of the game. Fucking River Craycraft might be more value on this board right now. River Craycraft, a GOAT. But yeah, no, I like Salvon Ahmed over like a Jalen Wright, but I like Jalen Wright's under a lot. It's a high line. And if they're only predicting him to get 2 catches, at most 2 catches, to get 51 yards on the ground is tough. And this Atlanta rush defense isn't anything crazy. Pass defense fucking stinks. But rush defense-wise, from a secondary standpoint, I wouldn't fuck with that. I think I like the lower. Michael Penix, though, I do lean the lower for sure. It's just a high line when you're going to have other quarterbacks baked in here. Like, if you're expecting can we dial in? If you're expecting 85 yards from Tyler Heineke, 60 yards from – it's also, you have to remember, guys, like, you look at preseason games, like, the scores of these games are low, naturally. Like, the biggest games you'll see, 28, 21, 35, maybe 35 points will be scored in a game at the absolute ceiling of a preseason game. You're not seeing electric-ass games in the preseason. It's very rare. Almost every game in these preseason games there's penalties, there's before snap procedures penalties. There's all of these like external factors you're trying to fix before the season that wind up really causing a lot of stress on these coaches, which is why the plays don't normally go to fucking 80-yard bombs. They don't normally end up being these high-scoring-ass games like a normal game would be, where you can let the playbook loose, you can let your players loose, all that sort of shit. Michael Penix is obviously a gunslinger, though. This Atlanta team is probably going to run the rock more than I think the books are expecting them to. Atlanta's still going to probably be a run-first team. I don't expect them to be coming out here and just slinging the fucking rock in preseason for no reason. Michael Penix is going to need to have a fucking legacy half, and I don't think he's going to get a half. I think he's going to get a few quarters, if that. A few quarters, not a few quarters. A few drives in a quarter. He'll be lucky to see a full quarter. So what I'm saying is, because I think Tyler Heineke, this is my prediction, I think Tyler Heineke is going to get almost the entire second half. If not, it's going to be a Joe Milton situation where Taylor Heineke plays from quarter 2 to halfway through the third, and then Michael Penix will get halfway through the third to the end of the fourth quarter. And for him to get 100 yards in that, as we also Joe Milton do, it's not easy. You'll probably only get 7, 8, 9 pass attempts. So for him to get 104 yards on 7, 8 pass attempts, like, you got to be fucking slinging the bitch to your fucking bench players. I don't know if that's really going to happen, especially because, like, Nathan's in here. I don't even know who the fuck. Like, he's going to get a random-ass quarter and a half, and we're going to all be pissed off. I just am leaning the lower. 100 yards is a fucking lot. Now, a situation where it's like Mike White, Skylar Thompson, these two are probably going to get each a half. So for these lines, it's a little bit differently. I probably wouldn't touch either of them, because both of them are probably going to get a half. They're probably just going to go back and forth, 1-2, whichever one starts. I don't know who's going to start over who. But I can easily see Mike White last year. It's kind of funny he's in Miami now after he sucked against Miami for the Jets. Anyway, yeah, if anything, I would not touch these guys because they're probably going to get a full half. So, again, lower, probably higher on Ahmed. It's about where I would go preseason-wise for this game. Trying to think. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Philadelphia and Baltimore. Does anyone have questions on this one? Anyone have like a line that they want me to yap about? Anything Vegas predicting a right legacy game? Facts. How do we know how long? How do we know how long they're going to play? Is that what you're asking? Hoffa game last week was so good compared to a normal preseason. Facts. Like that. Like the normal preseason games are fucking bad. What's going on, Mario? Are you down? Day 75 of asking Cancel Gaming to make a JMO play GeoGuessr live. That just wouldn't be good content. He would rage so hard. Anyway, all right. We'll go to Philly, Baltimore if no one's got anything for that game. Technically the last game of the day. I think this one's going to be the best one from an actual ball standpoint. Devin Leary. If you don't know who Devin Leary is, actually, no flex. Apparently I know everybody or whatever. I trained with him all the time back in Jersey, and his little brother who now is in Illinois. But Devin Leary is a really good quarterback. Got injured at the later half of his career in college. He was on the Heisman race. Like, he was a baller, dude. I think he's sneaky could get over this line if Baltimore lets him sling the rock. He'll probably be a guy that we'll see, I would say, probably half of this game. He's a rookie that's coming in. I don't even know if he's a rookie this year. He might have got – no, he's definitely a rookie this year because he was at NC State, I think, still last year. So he'll probably get a good amount of run here. Emory Jones, I don't know a ton about, but apparently he is a little bit more mobile, supposedly. He's like if they were to replace Tyler Huntley from last year, apparently like this is like more the guy. Where Devin's not going to be fucking moving like that, but Devin's going to be really good in the pocket and be able to sling the rock a little bit more. I think he'll get probably a half. Kind of like a Will Guerrero will. I don't think Josh Johnson's going to see that much play time. Brother's like 38. This is a lower for show. Like, that's a lock. Like, if I'm going to take a lock, that might be a play for today. Both kickers up for the next game. Are there any starting quarterbacks playing tonight in any of the games? No. No, there's not. I mean, unless you count Justin Fields. But no, there's not. Starting a dynasty this year is the best strategy to draft a regular team and just focus on the rookie draft moving forward, or to heavily invest youth opposed to production now. When you're starting a dynasty, you should probably decide, hey, do I want to start out being ass and draft a lot of young guys and build for like the next 3 years, or do I want to kind of go a little bit older, kind of reach for that chip this year, and then if shit falls the wrong way, then pivot and go younger. That's kind of the two approaches I always go with. Being in the middle kind of fucking blows. So I like to pick one or the other. And it was worked out for well so far for me. Eagles stars are apparently getting a drive. Really? When I was reading today, it was saying Pickett was starting. But again, I could be wrong. That was like hours ago. So Dylan, if you're saying... And the weather should be good today. It should be cleared through Baltimore by 5 o'clock. That is also something. According to everything weather I've seen, should be cleared Baltimore by 5 p.m. So this is a 7:30 start time. It should be wet. It'll definitely still be wet, but it's not going to be raining, downpouring fucking buckets, supposedly. Just downloaded that app, Pickett. Who am I following? If you do BDGE, you're automatically following Nick. If you want to follow me, you can. It's just my name, Nick Guthrie. With that being said, Devin Leary is a good shout. Josh Johnson definitely going under this. Old as fucking dirt. Been in every single system. He's the only Baltimore quarterback out of these guys that's played before. So I think he's probably going to get that, I don't know, like a QB2 approach to where if anyone were to get hurt, he would be the first one in. And I think he'll probably see the first like few drives, probably 3 drives, and then be fucking done the rest of the game. Also, Josh Johnson's not a guy that's going to fucking come out and sling the rock. That's just a fact. Will Guerrero is another interesting one. Preseason GOAT. If you remember last season, he was a good guy that just is a literal gunslinger. So this kind of interesting line at 70.5. Pickett, I don't see getting. I mean, he was really good in preseason last year. Obviously, NFL starter type caliber quarterback. Again, I don't see him getting a ton of run, if anything. Again, he'd be another lower. A lot of lowers today. Yeah, Brian, I definitely would lean the under for show. As I think Will Guerrero and Tanner McKee will get most of the run. I thought that would post the tweet, but John Clark said Sirianni is leaning towards playing the starters a drive. Well, either way, if they get a drive, I'm leaning this under no matter what. I'll pick it. I don't think he's going to get a ton of playtime. Might see a few drives. I would assume he probably gets 2 or 3 at the absolute most. Baltimore fucking sweats. If you don't remember, they sweat in the preseason for no fucking reason. They're the sweatiest preseason team you'll ever see, so they'll probably fucking scheme some shit up. So with that being said, I don't know. I don't love really Pickett's over here. If he's only going to get like 3 or 4 drives at the most, as Tanner McKee, Will Greer will probably get a lot of the drives. Honestly, Will Greer's line's kind of fucking high too. Will Shipley's interesting. He's a fucking explosive back out of Clemson. The only problem with him, realistically, is he was injured at the end of his Clemson tenure. I don't know how he's been in camp. Dylan, if you've been keeping up with him, sure. But I kind of weary. He had a lot of ankle injuries. If he seems fully good to go, love fucking if he's healthy, sure, give him a fucking shout here. I'm personally staying away. But the 1.5 receptions, that is something I would look at because Will Shipley's a great receiving back. Great receiving back. And if any of these guys are in trouble, they will check down. As we saw, Kenny Pickett as a check down merchant. So if he's in with fucking Will, sure. Definitely like that line. The kickers, I'm fucking down even. I'm not touching fucking kickers. Tez Walker's underrated. I think he's overrated last year at UNC. He's kind of fucking can't separate for dick. And I don't think there's a reason he fell in the draft. Like let's face this, Dylan. Like straight to my eyes, so you know he's not underrated. He fell for a reason. Eagles have been targeting the running back in the passing game. Shipley's big for that. Only downsides I've heard at camp is his blocking. Yeah, he probably can't fucking. He couldn't block at Clemson for sure. We got sacked like every fucking goddamn time. Klubnik had no fucking time last year. Other guys to shout out that I think could do some. Tyrion Davis-Prince is a guy that's probably going to get a good amount of fucking. Oh, Rasheen Ali. I took the higher at 26.5 yards. If you were able to get it then, yeah, that was a fucking steal, huh? Am I the GOAT or what? This was the live. I put it in, again, if you're in the Cancel Gaming chat, you saw it here first. This was my original slip. So this bitch went up almost 10 fucking yards. Damn, that's kind of crazy. This was the original slip, but yeah. I sorry I didn't get posted on Twitter. I literally didn't have time. The fucking lives, we were filming Triv. We're doing so fucking much right now. But I will get it out as soon as possible, but I probably wouldn't touch him at 33. 33 is fucking so goddamn high. But yeah. Anyway. Also, preseason guys, let's maybe be very transparent here. If you're putting a full unit on something in preseason, I probably advise you to not. But if you do, good luck. Preseason bets are tough, dude, because you never really know what could happen with how versatile teams are in starting and stopping people. I like putting half units almost on everything for preseason. That's normally how I approach things. Half units, even if I do a big parlay, I'll do like a corner unit. And if you're wondering, hey, God, what the fuck is a unit? It's like your average betting size. So if, say, you bet an average of $10 every single time, I would say that's your unit. You normally will put one unit of $10 on a bet. So if you're going to do half of that, do $5. If you do a quarter of that, do fucking like $2.50. Either way, underdog is always a parlay system. So you're going to make money fucking back if you hit it, which I think I've been pretty solid. Here's the thing. We missed the last week, and people were like, yeah, yesterday. People were like, fake gut, whatever. Yesterday, I think I hit fucking every single read. We just really got unlucky. Amir Smith-Marset, I think we took at 28.5, 27.5. He finished with 24, but he led the team in snaps. He led the team in targets. You literally can't fucking ask for any more than that. Joe Millen, again, the whole situation, threw for 54 yards. I think we had him at 58 yards. So, again, that's just a tough fucking beat. Only threw 6 pass attempts and got the 54 yards. Hurts. Hendon Hooker was cooking. Just didn't get enough play time. Sudfeld played way longer than I thought, so that was a miss. But those are the plays I had on here on the stream. The ones that I suggested yesterday, fucking smack a rude with the Drake May unders and the Polk unders at 19.5, all those. But how often will we be doing these streams in the regular season? I love before Thursday night, Monday night, and Sunday night football if possible. Dylan, we are going to be doing these lives literally before all of those. We'll be live in regular season. I'll have a video out, as well as we'll be doing lives for Thursday night games, as well as we'll be doing lives for Monday night games and Sunday, I think. So all the night games, we'll be doing it for show. I'm not doing it, I don't think, before Sunday's slate. But I will have a video out before Sunday's slate, so that should work fine. Plus, I'll have tweets out in the morning, all that sort of shit. And for NBA, we'll be going live like almost every single day once NBA's here. So, yeah, we'll be doing a lot of fucking live streams coming at you quick. Yeah, so those are the main bets we went through. If you guys missed, I'll go through each game real fucking quick to kind of just glance. These are my leans. These aren't any official plays. But these are everywhere. If you want to bet on one of these players, this is where I would go. Justin Fields under for show. I like it. Don't love it, but it's definitely a lean. An official play would be a Cam Akers over. I like that spot. Official play would be a Najee under. I don't think he's going to see more than maybe 3 total carries. And if he does, that's right hand up. That's on me. I don't see it happening. Darnell Washington lower. He's literally a lineman. Next. Ben Skoranek, I'm leaning the higher. This is all for this game. My 5 plays I like. Those would be the ones I would take. I'll clear this out so we can do the next game real quick. Bada bang, bada bang, bada bang. And this game, I don't have many plays. If I were to lean anything, it would be Michael Penix lower. Jalen Wright for show lower. Salvin Ahmed higher. Those would be the main ones I'm looking at. Probably not touching anything else for that game. Those 3 plays seem locky enough to me. Jalen Wright having a God-sent preseason game just doesn't really seem like it's in the cards, but who the fuck do I know? If I were to lean anything in this game, Will Greer, I'm probably not touching that. I'm probably doing Kenny Pickett lower, Josh Johnson lower. Tanner McKee, dude, he might fucking cook. All right, I'll do Tanner McKee over. You convinced me. All right, and Rasheen Ali, I was on the higher, but 33.5 is just simply way too high for me to be touching anything there. But he's a really good fucking player. That's what I would do for that game. So we have 5, 3, and 3 leans. So we have a lot of plays to pick from. If you like any of those, if you want to put any of those on your slip, go ahead, leave a like, sub, all that sort of fun shit in the bio. You can literally tell all my bets I have today on the MLB, and my underdog slip should be on there. Like, you can tell every bet I place outside of, I think, my Caesars bets is the only book I don't have linked right now. So if I post something and I say, hey, Caesars, it won't be on Pickett right now, but I'm working on that because I go between Jersey and New York, and it's fucking sensitive as shit on there, so I got to figure that all out. Anyway, all right, tonight, good. If we win, we'll be gifting Membies. Dub. Yeah, I'll be on stream tonight on the gaming channel. Me and J-Mo are doing a Coach Gut, so that'll be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to see another stream with me and J-Mo, make sure you go check out our gaming channel as well. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun there. But yeah, so make sure you go sign up on Pickett. It's literally free to sign up and follow me and Nick. BDGE is the code. If you use the code, you'll get a random anywhere from $3 to $100. Someone yesterday in the chat got $100. Pretty fucking sick. So if you get a free $100 to bet on, it's pretty dope. Yeah, so it's absolutely free. And then if you want to go on Underdog and tail me on Underdog, make sure you're using code BDGE as well. UD not showing up on your Pickett, by the way. I'll probably just have to update it to New York. It just fucking does that. Because I just post, like, I'm in Jersey, New York all the time, so it's sensitive as shit. But I'll get that figured out ASAP, Rocky. And we'll get it moving because obviously I have a live slip. So we'll see. But for now, we're rolling. You guys see the plays, rocking with them. You can see my baseball plays as well that I have on there. I think I have like 1 parlay and 2 pitcher props for tonight. Quick 3 ski. But yeah, like the stream. Love you guys. And I'll be catching you tomorrow for another live stream before Saturday's game.